Hello, YouTube and Facebook. Thank you all for joining me on today's edition of 5 Minutes with Chris. Now, before I begin today's show, I want to tell you all about this independent film documentary that I have seen over recent months. I want to recommend that you all go out and buy it. Now, it's called Perfect Bid, the Contestant Who Knew Too Much, and basically what it's about is a particular incident, a so-called scandal. It's not really a scandal, but according to the network and the production company and all, they consider it a scandal. Like, somebody got shot, that kind of thing. Now, what it's about is a particular event that happened where a contestant by the name of Ted Slauson, right here, happened to, I guess you could say, outsmart The Price is Right. I mean, he beat the system, Basically, what happened was this guy was able to keep a price database of every piece of merchandise throughout the years dating back to 1972. So that includes all cars, furniture, refrigerators, all kinds of things. I mean, this guy was a genius when it came to this. I mean, really. And he used it to his advantage. He was able to sit in the audience and give contestants, the answers, the prices and all of that stuff. He was also called on stage the one time. And I have to say this, this film is very remarkable. Now, Perfect Bid, the Contestant Who Knew Too Much, I recommend it to anybody, whether you're a game show fan or not. I think you will like this film, the way it's written, the way that it all blends together, the way that the story is told. I think you will like it, so go out and check it out. Right now, it's available on iTunes and Amazon, and there's other places where you can find it too. I'll put the links in the description down below. So with all that being said, go check this film out. Once again, it's Perfect Bid, the Contestant Who Knew Too Much. I thank you all, and stay tuned for the rest of the show. Now, what do I define as an annoying game show contestant? Well, to me, the answer is very simple. It's very honest, and it's very direct. And that is the fact that when you have certain people on shows like The Price is Right, Let's Make a Deal, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, Family Feud, I mean, any other game show that's on right now, when most of these contestants, they all have that look on their face. They all have that same look as, I like to refer to it as a deer caught in the headlights. They're surprised. They don't know what's coming. They don't know what to expect. Now, in my opinion, if you've been watching certain shows for many years, like, for example, The Price is Right, I mean, it's been on since 1972, and even before that, it was on back in the 50s and 60s. So, I mean, you should be able to play these games, memorize the prices, be able to give your own answers, and not have to rely on the studio audience, not have to rely on other contestants for help. I mean, that's how I look at it. Now, I've seen a lot of episodes of, especially the Drew Carey Price is Right, where there's contestants on there that just look like they're brain dead. I mean, they really do. They don't know what they're doing there. They don't know how to play the games. They don't know what it takes to win. I mean, it really is like they're brain dead. They're clueless. I mean, in my opinion, it would be better if you just put a vegetable on stage and let them, let the vegetable play the game. I mean, it would probably have a better chance of winning, honestly. Now, another thing that I define as annoying game show contestants is the fact, stupid answers is another thing. Like, for example, all the years of Family Feud, especially the current run of Family Feud with Steve Harvey, where every other answer on the show is penis. I mean, let's face it, name something that's big. Of course, somebody's going to think penis in today's society. I mean, really. Or name something that's small. Penis. I mean, you got big penises, you got small penises. I mean, it only makes, you know what I'm getting at? Like, it just really, it makes me irritated that people who give these kind of stupid answers that can't think for themselves, that they always go to, that answer like the shock value. You know what I mean? It bothers me that these are the contestants that end up winning the games, and they end up being on the show, and they win lots of money and lots of prizes. And, as a loyal game show fan, to me, nothing beats the classic game shows. I mean, whether you're watching Wheel of Fortune from now, or, if it comes down, what I'm trying to get at is, I would much rather watch the older game shows than the newer game shows. You know what I mean? That's just how I am. Now, I feel as if game shows are here to stay. I mean, they're not going anywhere, but I think they've really been dumbed down since, they were back in the 70s, back in the 80s. And I think that's a problem. I think they're trying to mix game shows sort of like to this, millennial generation, this millennial reality type of television generation, I suppose. So with all that being said, I thank you all for joining me. I am a big fan of game shows, but I am sick of the way that they're, the direction that they're going in. I love you all. Thank you all for joining me. Please follow the Facebook page or like the Facebook page, YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter. I thank you all for joining me, and goodbye, everybody.